Hello everybody, my name's Shani Todd, welcome to my video, and this is my shelf. This is just my horror collection. I like to think I do everything a little bit differently from a lot of people I see on YouTube. Basically, they're all over the place. We've got. I don't collect sets, so I don't collect like we have here, Arrow Video. I don't put my arrows together and all my Eurekas together, things like that. My Criterions together. I don't always go for the best of sets. However, I am starting to upgrade some of my films now. To better copies, Blu-rays mainly, and yeah, things like the Arrow box sets and that. I'm gradually starting to upgrade for a good price. But I thought I'd run through what I do, how I do it, where I get it. Basically, I buy a lot of my films second hand. Very rarely buy brand new. It's more like antiquing for me. Like, these films are out there, they're in discount stores, people cash them in after they've only watched them like once or not even at all, and then you can buy it for a fraction of the price, and that makes it more fun. Of course I could go online and order them all brand new, but there's no fun in that. The other thing I do is my shelf is not alphabetical. It is not random, which it looks like probably looking through this at the minute. It is in date order. So from the very top here we have the 1920s, and then we go all the way down the bottom to 2019. Soon to be 2020, I suppose. But and I've just realised I'm playing YouTube, so let me just skip that. Sorry. So yeah, I thought I'd take you through the beginning part of my shelf, explain some old films, why I have them, and I might do a couple of videos depending on how it goes. Yeah, so right up the top here, I mean, I've got a space filler here, I've got a space filler down there, and basically that means when I get more films, they will move across. Each block can hold 11 standard DVDs or Blu-rays. Obviously box sets mess that up a little bit, and there's 8 high, so each row from top to bottom is 88 films, roughly. Might be more, might be less. So we've got a fair few here. So let's crack on with my first Blu-ray German Expressioner Eureka disc of the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, followed straight up with another amazing, I think also German, Nosferatu, the First Vampire. I do want to get a really beautiful copy of this, but I haven't found one at the right price yet. And let's face it, we have all the time in the world to get these nice collections. We have Lon Chaney in The Phantom of the Opera. Another Eureka Blu-ray of Metropolis, which I get is a sci-fi, and at the minute there's a few sci-fi films on this shelf, but they will be moved when I need the space. Got the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Todd Browning's Freaks, one of my favourite movies ever, followed by my other favourite movie, which is Dracula, with the House of Dracula included, Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. I absolutely love these slip cases, they go with my shelf really well. Wish they all had them. I've got the Mummy. We have White Zombie, The Invisible Man, and another version of Phantom of the Opera. So this is killing my arm already, because these are about 7 foot high, these shelves. This is Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff in The Raven. A British Universal of Werewolf in London, or Werewolf of London, sorry. Bela Lugosi in Dracula's Daughter. We have Lon Chaney Jr. in The Wolfman. Bela Lugosi again. Can you tell who I like? It's The Corpse Vanishes. Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. Again, that's Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney Jr. We have The Son of Dracula. We have House of Frankenstein. My first Universal Blu-ray, and that's The Mummy's Ghost and The Mummy's Curse double feature. The Thing from Another World. Abbott and Costello double pack. It's Meet Frankenstein and Meets the Mummy. Frankenstein was the reason I bought this. It has Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney Jr. in as Wolfman and Dracula, and it's absolutely hilarious. Brilliant film. I have War of the Worlds. Absolutely love this film. It was one of my favourite records when I was a child growing up. Absolutely captivated me, so I had to get the film to go with that. Then we move on to Vincent Price, my first Vincent Price on the shelf in House of Wax. That's a Warner Brothers film from 1953, and you might be saying straight off the back, well, you've got the Universal, where's the hammer? Well, I used to own a lot of Hammer horror. I kind of went off it. There was something about, as soon as I heard Bela Lugosi saying Dracula in his accent, and then hearing Christopher Lee going, "Hello, I'm Dracula, come to my house," sort of thing. It's just, it didn't hit it for me. It's too British. But I am currently looking at upgrading to get some Hammers in this year, maybe next year, because they do deserve to be on the shelf. It's just taken me a while to get back to them, and there's some nice DVDs that have been brought out recently for them. And we have last one on the Universals, that's The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Then there is this beautiful premium collection of Forbidden Planet, again another sci-fi from 1956, and I have this because I met Robert Englund a few years ago, and he was asked, what film is iconic to you for the genre, and what, if you didn't have this film, would we have horror? And he said Forbidden Planet. He reckons that we would not have horror without Forbidden Planet, so I had to go and get it for that. I still haven't actually watched it. Very embarrassed about that, but it is on my list. And then I have Fiend Without a Face. This is actually quite funny. I actually really enjoyed this film. The Giant Leeches. I like some of these B movies just for a bit of a laugh every now and again. House on Haunted Hill, absolute brilliant film, groundbreaking in so many ways. I wish I could have experienced it in the cinema how they did with their little glasses to see hidden ghosts. The ending with the skeleton is just brilliant. And then the reason I have these Cayman Classic Horror Collection is for Plan 9 from Outer Space, Ed Wood's brilliant masterpiece, as known as the worst film ever made. I find it hilarious. It's Bela Lugosi, but it's actually his last movie. He died whilst making it, and they replaced him with Ed Wood's dentist because he looked a little bit like him. I then have the Little Shop of Horrors by Roger Corman, Jack Nicholson's first movie. It's black and white and there is no singing, and I love it. It's brilliant. And from 1960 we've jumped. We are at the Psycho collection, 1 to 4. There are better versions of this. However, I love this. You can't really tell on camera, but it actually shines, the red. It just sits beautifully on the shelf there, all 4 discs. There I've got The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Boris Karloff in The Terror. And Carnival Souls. I had this movie when I was a child and I didn't get it. But I've recently rewatched it and the ending is absolutely chilling. It's beautifully done. Very hard to deal with, but it's very beautiful. I haven't seen the remake from the 90s, but as always, go and watch the original. It's beautiful. And then this is my plea to the world. This is a Studio Canal edition of Carry On Screaming. Now, this film is the funniest comedy horror of all time. It used props from, I believe, House of Wax. It is pure comedy. It's British, but the best of British. There are no special editions. There are no beautiful box sets. Please, somebody, Arrow, Criterion, anybody, please get me a decent copy of this remastered on Blu-ray. If you are American and haven't seen it, track it down. It will not disappoint you. If you love old movies, if you love British Hammer, you will love this. It's beautiful. And I really wish I hadn't left YouTube just playing in the background because it keeps playing videos. But yeah, I absolutely love this film and I want a special copy of that. I'm absolutely gutted that most of the cast have actually passed now. In fact, most of them. I was going to meet Fenella Fielding a few years ago and couldn't make it, and I'm so gutted. And then I'm going to end this video on an Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds, Tippi Hedren at her most beautiful, absolutely scary film. The way the birds attack and then finding out in later years he actually tormented poor Tippi doing that. It was incredible. But yeah, this takes us up to, crikey, where are we? 1960, 63 or 68? 68, I do believe, will be the next one, which is Night of the Living Dead. But I think we'll leave it there for now. So you have basically 20s to 60s. Only a few on the shelf there. Mainly all Universal. A few sci-fi in there, a few B-movies. Massively need to flesh out this section. But as you can tell, I do love my Universal black and whites. The monster movies are the best. I am a massive vampire fan, so a lot of them are Dracula orientated, vampire orientated, right down to the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari was a vampire film. But yeah, let me know what you think. Give me your views. Let me know if you've seen Carry On Screaming and if you agree we need a decent edition. Maybe there is one and I don't know it. But yeah, let me know, and I'll see you next time for the next section, which is obviously the Romero up through the beginning of the 80s. I'll go on the next shelf. Thanks for watching. I'm Shani Todd. Keep horrific.